Hello again, everybody. Welcome to episode 7, Beers with Barry. We're going to revisit things and do shots with Barry as well tonight because it was so fucking fun the first time. So, this week's video is sponsored by Fireball, Bush Beer, American Wine and Cigarettes from the Indian Reservation in Altona. Thank you very much. $20 a fucking carton. Can't beat that. We'll start with a shot. Oh, that was so good. Personalized shot glass too, got my name on it. That's what happens when you start getting famous. The shot's killing me. But I'm not famous. But I still have personalized shot glass, so go fuck yourself. I'll be famous someday maybe. You never know. American Wine Cigarettes. They're Indian cigarettes. They're healthy. They won't kill you. I'm going to change things up this week. I'm going to give you a little talk about some political stuff or current events like I always do. And then a little funny story at the end, which this week I think you're going to like. I hope you liked all of them, but this one's a pretty good one. But to reverse the order, at the end sometimes I give some shout outs to people. But a couple weeks ago I forgot, and so I'm going to bring the shout-outs to the beginning. I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. Like I said in the past, feel free to leave me comments, feedbacks, give me some likes. So for the shout-outs, I'll start with Jay Bouchard. Hope you're still watching. I know you've given me a couple thumbs up. You seem to like the show. So I hope you continue to watch. And then after last week, or a couple weeks ago when I did the last episode, I forgot to mention Danielle from the Dry Dock. And she wanted a shout out, and then she watched the episode, the whole thing from beginning to end, and never got the shout out. She was very upset. Danielle, I'm sorry. So here's your shout out, Danielle. Thank you for watching. And if I'm going to talk about the Dry Dock, Danielle, thank you. But then there's also Kayla. Kayla, shout out to you, Kayla. Love you, baby. And then I just finished my job down in Albany. And my buddy from Tektronix is taking over for me now that I'm back home. So a shout out to Pete Chambrone. Thank you for everything you did. Consider you a friend. And hope to be able to stay in contact with you. And then I'm going to go all the way down to Texas now. I got some Democrats down there that I butt heads with on Facebook all the time. And that's fine. Friends don't have to agree on everything, and you can have some friendly banter back and forth. So I'd love to give a big shout out to Brian LaValle and Aaron Hunt. I know neither one of you are going to go vote for Trump. So, with that said, go fuck yourselves, but I'm still your friend, don't worry. Vote for Hillary, or vote for nobody. You live in Texas, though. It's a fucking red state, and Ted Cruz endorsed the Donald. So you might as well vote for him. Not like I'm going to vote for Hillary, because I live in New York, because she's just a fucking lying bitch. But my vote will go to waste here, your vote will go to waste there. So it all comes out in the wash, so be it. And I guess for this week, last but not least, a couple really cool people I met at the Manhattan Exchange in Schenectady on Thursday night, my last night there. Jesse and Erica. Hope you guys remembered to look me up on YouTube and check my videos out. I had a great night hanging out with you guys, very cool people. So I hope you found me and you're watching. So that takes care of my shout outs. Get those out of the way. Now we can talk substance. We're going to talk about the protests, of course, police shootings across the country. They're fucking happening everywhere in all these major cities. And you got the whole Black Lives Matter movement, Blue Lives Matter movement, All Lives Matter. And every circumstance is different. But if you look into the circumstances, the one in Tulsa, it was a white female officer that shot a black man. She's been brought up on manslaughter charges, and to be honest, after the video I've seen and what's come in on the news, I agree with that. I don't think she should have shot that man. Yeah, he wasn't listening to her. You know, he was walking back to his car. He did have his hands up, but he was disobeying an order. But then they say that he was going to reach into the window of his vehicle to possibly grab something. But then other reports say he couldn't reach into the window. The fucking window was rolled up.
No,
and there were 5 other cops. Hey, peanut gallery, shut the fuck up.
The window was 3 quarters down. And
hey, nobody asked you. You're a silent observer. James Godding, everybody. We're not going to give him camera time. He doesn't deserve it. But just listen to me. Shut up. It's my show.
Fair enough.
Thank you. Anyway, there were 5 other cops. There was a fucking helicopter circling above. That fucking woman did not need to shoot that guy. They could have taken him down in other ways. She killed him. She's got manslaughter charges on her. I think that's the right call. So, and then, hey, shut the fuck up. I'm not going to say it again, or you'll be thrown the fuck out. This will be like a Trump rally. I'll get you out of here. Anyway, you go over to the other shooting where the fucking guy supposedly sitting in his car reading a book and the cops converge on him. You know, guy gets killed by a cop. Charlotte, protests. You have protests after this cop killing. But the thing is, it was a fucking black police officer that shot a black man, not a white police officer. And the black community's fucking up in arms, calling about fucking police injustice. Yeah, this fucking guy that they shot, they said that he was sitting there reading a book. It came out, it wasn't a fucking book. He had a 9mm fucking gun on his person, and he had a fucking rap sheet a mile long. He'd been arrested 2 times in the past for assault with intent to kill. He'd done prison time. He gets out of a fucking car with a gun in his hand. The cops tell him to freeze, stay put, whatever fucking words they use. Drop the weapon. He doesn't comply. He gets shot. You know what? That motherfucking thug deserved it. You have to respect him. I don't care who the fuck you are. They claim innocent people are getting killed by the cops every day. But you know what? They're not all innocent. Plenty of them are guilty. Maybe not guilty of something serious enough to get them killed, but they're guilty of something, and then their actions bring on the reaction. You have to understand that the cops in this country, and I'll look this up for a future show. I don't know the number of police officers within the whole country. But if you look up the number of cops and the showdowns that they have with the public, everyone wants to fucking point the finger at the cops and say they're bad. The majority of them are good, outstanding citizens trying to protect their community. Yes, I'm not going to deny that there are crooked cops out there that treat some of the community like shit and look down on people, maybe racially profile, but that comes across the board. There's dirty white cops, there's dirty black cops, there's dirty Latino cops, there's dirty Asian cops. They come in all colors and forms. You're going to have that no matter where you go. But the fact of the matter is the dirty ones are in a very small minority of the overall whole. The general population of police in this country do protect and serve us all. So in Charlotte, you have this black officer shoots a black guy who has a gun at the time, they didn't know, they didn't have time, but when we look back afterwards, he had a violent criminal record, a couple assault with intent to kills, has spent time in prison. So he wasn't a really good guy that you know. And then the protests start, and you know what? I understand the black community being upset about what they perceive as police injustice, because they may be targeted and profiled more often than white people. And you know, that's a hard pill to swallow for most people. And you know, maybe I don't understand it as much as they do, because I'm white, and you want to call it white privilege or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, when a cop shows up, if you've done nothing wrong and you do what they tell you to do, you're probably not going to go to jail. If you resist, or you have a lengthy rap sheet and maybe a warrant out for your arrest that they can look up as they're talking to you, and if you start walking away from them and disobeying their orders, you know, if a cop tells you freeze, you know, or that's maybe a little old school from old cop shows, you know, freeze, fucking whatever, freeze, stop, don't move, put your hands up, lay down on the ground. If you're a completely innocent person, comply with the fucking cop's request, and you'll probably walk away free and alive. As soon as you stop listening to them, and especially if you know that you have a past criminal record or open warrants out for you, or you act fucking crazy, don't pull your hands out of your pocket, you have a weapon on you, you disobey their orders, if you get fucking tased or shot, that's your own motherfucking fault. You gotta be smarter. You know? And then the protest. Charlotte. Police injustice, and they come out with all their fucking signs. No justice, no peace, and it's, you know, all the Black Lives Matter movement in the black community. And I understand that, as long as it's a protest. You are allowed by the Constitution a peaceful protest. If you want to have your signs up and light some candles and bring some flowers, excuse me for 1 second, it is Beers and Berry. I'm getting a little dry here, I need a drink. Slipknot, I like it. Anyway, you can protest all you want. That's fine, as long as it's a peaceful protest. As soon as you fucking people, hey, shut the fuck up. You're not on the show. As soon as the protest turns violent, people are throwing rocks and bottles and stomping cop cars, lighting them on fire, looting businesses, kicking in windows, robbing the fucking Charlotte Hornets fucking store, robbing the Walmart, then you are not protesters anymore. You're fucking savages and criminals and fucking rioters. And you all fucking deserve to be fucking put down by the local law authorities as fast as possible. A protest is one thing. Criminal activity and upsetting the peace of your community is another. And the thing is, you ruin your own fucking communities when you do it. You're bashing businesses that are owned by black people. You're smashing buses and public transportation systems that are used by the black people in your community to get to fucking work and the grocery store and everywhere else. You fucking act like savages and you wear fucking masks to hide your identity. I saw a video the other day. They fucking pull a cash register out of a store, smash it on the ground, and once that fucking thing opened up, 20 fucking black people converge on it like a flock of fucking seagulls converging on a pile of French fries in a McDonald's parking lot. All to pull out a few dollars and some fucking loose change. They don't give a fuck about Black Lives Matter or the people that got shot. They're looking to fucking grab a few bucks to stick in their pocket. Or they're robbing fucking sneakers from places. Or electronic stores. Looting the Walmart. Pulling out fucking TVs and DVD players. What the fuck does that have to do with Black Lives? You want to talk about Black Lives Matter? Why don't you motherfuckers start talking about all the black on black crime? You all kill more of yourselves than you kill anyone else. So, you know, for the ones that truly want peace, protest peacefully. Hold your signs, make your voices heard, light some candles, try to get meetings with community members, talk to the police, smooth things out, see what you can do to make life better in your areas. Smashing in windows and lighting shit on fire and looting stores doesn't solve the problem. It only adds to it, and it makes you look more like what you don't want to be stereotyped as. You're doing exactly the opposite of what you should do. So if you want racial tension to end in America, I really don't have the answer, but I can say what you're doing right now isn't the fucking answer. It's totally wrong. It just makes you look worse. And there's terrible people in every color, race, and religion across the globe. You know, there's shitty white people out there too, tons of them. There's shitty Asians. There's shitty Christians, there's shitty Jews, there's shitty Muslims. For the most part, the majority of all those races, ethnicities, and religions are good, but it's the few bad apples that react in such a bad way that spoil it for everyone else. Because I do believe that if everyone had a little more common sense and a love for their neighbor, that we could all live in maybe not perfect harmony, but we could live in a lot better situation than the way things are going right now. It's, you know, the cops have a job. They have a tough job. There's a bunch of crazy motherfucking batshit people out there. It's one thing, I get pulled over for a speeding ticket by a cop. He doesn't have that much to worry about. I understand. He pulls up, sees me. I'm a white guy. Hey, maybe I'm a fucking serial killer. He just doesn't know it, but whatever, I'm not. But he pulls me over. It's a white cop. It's a white guy. I was speeding on the highway. Okay, I get a ticket. It's that. But you get into the inner cities and the state of those nowadays, and you know, a white cop pulls over a car with maybe tinted windows, and there's a black guy in there, and he's got a do-rag on, and got a fucking gold grill, and fucking looks like a gangbanger and might be selling drugs, and before they get up to the car, they run the plate, and he's got an outstanding warrant on him, and he's been arrested on assault charges or weapons charges before. Well, of course that cop's gonna walk up to the window with his gun drawn. And if the fucking guy gives him a problem, you know, as sad as it is, you know, the cop, well, it's cop versus criminal. Shoot first, ask questions later. And, you know, the thing is, a lot of these people, not all, but I would have to guess, a great majority of the people that get killed by cops have done something wrong and have a rap sheet. They're not all innocent. Unfortunately, some innocents do get killed every once in a while, and that comes down to statistics and probability. But in the grand scheme of things, the cops in this country do a fucking great job. And they're putting their life on the line every day. And they have to go out into communities, especially in the big cities, and the downtrodden cities, in the ghettos, and the fucking bad parts, that most cops don't even want to patrol anymore. They'd rather let those places descend into fucking chaos and just let all you kill each other. That way they don't have to do it. And that's where it's time for you to fucking step up. You know, I hate when I see that some gangbanger, drug dealer gets killed, and then the news, you know, the fucking mainstream liberal fucktard media goes and interviews the mother, and she's fucking belly aching and hollering and crying that her baby got killed and he was such a good boy. He wasn't sometimes. Sometimes they are. I'm not going to say that sometimes they're not. But look, these mothers that you see belly aching about their kids getting killed, their kid was a fucking scumbag, high school fucking dropout, selling crack on the street corner, poisoning his own community, taking fucking advantage of his own people, walking around with a fucking gun in his belt, not afraid to fucking shoot at anybody, including cops. So when you take a kid like that off the street, that's a fucking service to all of us. Whether you put him in jail or you fucking shoot him dead, the country's better without him. And if you don't like my opinion, whatever. I don't care. It's my opinion. You can go fuck yourself. Those people don't deserve a spot in our society if we want to have a healthy, safe society. They're the ones that bring it down. They're the ones we need to get rid of. You want to call it white fucking power? That's bullshit. I'm not a racist. There's plenty, sorry, beer tongue getting fat. Plenty of piece of shit white people out there that deal drugs too, that poison their communities, and they're scumbags as well. And when they get fucking arrested and sent to prison for the rest of their life, or shot by the cops, I don't fucking shed a tear for them either. So it's up to you, America. It's up to you, everybody. White, black, Latino, Asian, get your fucking shit together. Communities are only as good as the people that live in them. If you fucking have a shitty community, it's your fucking turn to step up and try to clean it up. Get rid of the violence, get rid of the gangs, get rid of the drugs, you know, make America a better place to live. So, that's how my protest, I don't know. I'm so sick of the protests all across the country. Baltimore, Ferguson, every time someone gets shot, more white people get killed by cops every year than black people. White people make up a greater majority of the population than black people, but at the same time, black people commit more of the crimes and are incarcerated more than white people. And you use that as an excuse that, oh, it's the fucking man keeping us down. You know what it is? And again, I'm not a racist. I'm not a bigot. There's plenty of great black people in this country. I have black friends. I'm friends with many black people. I respect them and treat them well. But in the inner cities, where the biggest problems lie, you're your own worst nightmare. You create the situation you live in. You want to clean it up, clean your fucking selves up. Start in your own community. Get educations, keep your fucking kids in school, get them off the fucking drugs. And, you know, maybe with a little effort and help, we could all get along a little better. You know? It shouldn't be this fucking hard, people. It's pretty easy. I like people of all races and all religions and all sexual orientations, whatever. I'm friends with gays. I'm friends with blacks. Friends with lesbians. Well, I'm friends with Indians. I'm friends with whatever. Why can't we just all fucking get along? It really shouldn't be that fucking hard. With that said, we'll end now. I'm sick of fucking talking. Fuck, I forgot to start my timer again. Fuck you, Richard Tucker. You should remind me of this.
You're done.
Anyway, we'll go from all that to funny story time. We're going to take a shot first, so thank you, Fireball, for not endorsing me in any way, shape, or form. But I'm going to drink you anyway. Alright, hold on, people. I got to send one out to the crowd. I'm getting the fucking next one now. So funny story. I mean, I just told you, I'm friends with gays, lesbians. I'm like Donald Trump. I love the LBGTQ community, whatever the fuck Q is supposed to mean, which I think is queer, but I thought that's politically incorrect to say that. So I don't know what the fuck that is. But whatever. To the lesbians and the gays, I'm fine with you guys. They haven't always been fine with me though. I don't know how long ago it was, a couple years, 2-3 years ago maybe. I was down at the local watering hole, the dry dock, my favorite place on earth. You know, other people say Disney, but fuck Disney. I prefer the dry dock. Anyway, I was at the dry dock one night. The bar was pretty empty. Me and Renee Strack, shout out Renee Strack, don't know if you watch. She was bartending that night, and I went down. I believe it was a Saturday night. And there's a group of lesbians in there, because I don't know. It's kind of unofficial, but as everyone knows, like Saturday night at the dry dock's like lesbian night, I guess. I don't know. It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying I was there, and there's a group of like 4, 5, 6 lesbians at a table off to the side. I was down there imbibing and some drinks, and one of my favorites, Long Island iced teas, because they pack a punch. There's 5 different liquors in them. They fuck you up quick. Well, I drank like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them just to get started. I was tooled right up. You know, because I'm a professional, if you didn't know that. And anyway, at one point I went to take a piss in the bathroom. And this is back in the day, you saw in some of my earlier videos, I had the goatee. I recently shaved it off. But I had the goatee going. Well, I was in the bathroom taking a piss. You know, I went to spit in the toilet, and when I did, some of my spit got caught in my goatee. I didn't realize it. So I took a piss, I walked out. I'm walking by the table of lesbians, and one of them pointed at me and was like, ew! And then I'm like, what? I just thought she was pointing at me and saying ooh because I was heterosexual. But apparently it was because I had some spittle hanging in my goatee. And I was like, what? And she's like, you got spit in your beard! So I said, you know, oh.
Change your schedule.
I said, okay. I grabbed a hold of it and just pulled, and I felt a little moisture. It wasn't, you know, I was like, oh, sorry. And I pulled it down, and I just wiped it on my jeans and continued to walk by. And they were apparently upset by that. And were like, oh, you're gross. That's disgusting. And I was like, what? It's just a little bit of spit. It's no big deal. Chill out. And I went back to the bar, and well, I ordered another Long Island iced tea. And I was sipping on that. And then, of course, I started stewing a little bit. I had a good buzz on going. And it's like, they're calling me disgusting. Well, you know what? That wasn't that bad. What the fuck's wrong with them? And then, you know, because they were like, oh, you should go wash your hands. I was like, it's a little bit of spit. We're fine. So I milked my next tea. Excuse me. Another Bush beer. Head for the mountains. Yes, love it. Drink my Long Island iced tea. And then I had to piss again. So I worked my way back to the bathroom and I walked past them, and you know, I go take a piss. I didn't spit that time, so I didn't have to worry about anything in my goatee. And before walking out, you know, I washed my hands. And, you know, they had some nice lavender soap in there. Thank you, Susie. And I come out of the bathroom and I walk by the lesbian table. And I told them, I said, oh, I just wanted to let you know I washed my hands. They're all good. They smell like lavender. Would you like to smell them? And they got all like upset and looked at me like I was a freak. Which, I mean, I kind of am. But they looked at me and like, no, get the fuck away from us. You're gross. And, you know, that hurt me. I'm emotional and I have feelings. And when a table of lesbians calls me gross, it upsets me, because I was kind of hoping that You know, maybe if things went right, I could have turned them back to the other side. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I go back to the fucking bar, and I sit down and keep drinking my Long Island iced tea. But I'm stewing. I got these table of girls that call me gross. Not once, but twice. And it upsets me. You know, I washed my hands. They were clean. They smelled like lavender. It was beautiful. What's gross about that? And fireball! So after sitting there, slurping on my iced tea for a little more, by now I'm up to like, I don't know, 5 Long Island iced teas, maybe 6. Talking 5 shots in every one of them fuckers, so they kick you right in the balls. I got a good buzz on, and I'm angry. I'm angry at these girls now. So, I decide to not be such a gentleman like I normally try to be. My feathers are ruffled. I look at the girl, and I say, what, I'm gross? Just because I didn't wash my hands, you think that makes me disgusting? I was like, let me ask you a fucking question. Do you make your girlfriend wash your fucking pussy before you eat it? And all hell fucking broke loose. They were so mad when I said that. And I sat there and kind of snickered and laughed. They kind of, their eyes fucking got as big as fucking saucers. And like, what? They couldn't believe I said it. But we still kept our distance. They were just mad at me. They were mad at me. But I was just kind of like, I knew that was a good comeback. And I just like sipped on my tea and shook my hands like, that's fucking right. I said it. Go fuck yourself. And then I managed, I went to the bathroom one more time. And when I came out of the bathroom, I sat myself at the other end of the bar, towards the back door. And they were at the front table, up by the dartboard. And when they finally decided to leave, they walked past me, and they were looking at me. They were looking at me with fucking daggers in their fucking eyes. Every one of them hated me. And they're walking past me, and as they're walking out the back door, I turn and I give them a good fucking shit-eating grin, and was like, fuck you. Boy, was that a fucking mistake. Because the big psycho leader of the pack of the lesbians fucking bull rushed me and fucking punched me right in the fucking face, dude. I didn't even block it. I didn't even see it coming. She fucking blasted me. Wham! I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And she comes swinging. I grabbed her by both her fucking wrists and was like, what the fuck? And all the other 4 were all fucking slapping at me, scratching at my face. She's trying to kick me in the fucking balls. I'm fucking like turning my legs sideways, like, no, stop, holding her wrist. And I'm like, knock it off or I'm gonna fucking knock you out. And the other 4 are slapping the fucking piss out of me. They ripped my fucking shirt right off, my Dirty Dick's crab sack shirt. By the time all was said and done, the bartender, Renee, didn't do a fucking thing to help me. She's standing behind the bar screaming, stop, stop, stop. Like that fucking does anything. By the time the fucking dust settled, I got 5 lesbians running out the door, and I'm fucking standing there bloodied up, scratches all over my face, my fucking shirt hanging off me, fucking I'm like topless, my fucking man boobs are showing. I felt totally violated. I've never been so embarrassed in all my life. I called the cops on them. That's how fucking violated I felt. You know, I just wanted to get the lesbians arrested for a DWI or something to get back at them. But I'm telling you, and then of course, a week later, I stayed away from the bar after that for a few days. And then I got Renee. I saved you that night. I saved you. How the fuck did you save me? All you did was yell stop, and I got the shit beat out of me by 5 fucking lesbians. You didn't save fuck all. And then the following Friday, when I get done work and go back to the bar, of course by then, Renee had told the story, and it had been, you know, exaggerated by everybody and went around the fucking whole crowd. I get done work, I go to the bar on Friday. I walk in the fucking back door and everybody's like, gives me a cheer and is clapping. And I fucking felt like I had the biggest piece of shit in my entire life. Although it was funny, I mean, I raised my hand, I was like, yeah, thank you everybody, but I just want to say this to all the people out there. Don't fuck with lesbians. They will beat you up. You know? So, with that, I think I gave my shout outs, I gave my story. We'll do one more drink. We'll do one more shot. Beers to berry, shots to berry. Fucking fuck the protesters in Charlotte. Fuck the lesbians. Well, I can't fuck the lesbians because I'm a guy, so. But whatever. I hope everybody liked it. I gave my shout outs. I hope everyone's watching. Hope you like it. Come back. We'll do it all again next week. Peace out. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Later.